Do you even know what's been going on in the news this week? Hi everyone, I'm Abby Girl, and these are some important news stories from the last week in the movement space. Recently, Citigroup was fined $25 million for discriminating against Armenian Americans. Armenian Americans are largely located in the United States, in California. And it was proven that Citigroup not only was denying applications from a certain region of California in which there were larger Armenian communities, but generally discriminating against certain names and certain suffixes of certain names, which typically are Armenian. So, of course, they've had to pay up for that. The UN says that 6.9 million people have been displaced in the Congo conflict and in the Congo genocide in the last few decades. A majority of those have happened solely, not only in the last month, but in the last few months because of the continued conflict and the continued genocide of groups of people. So, there will continue to be a large watch when it comes to the area and everything happening, but it's also important that we continue to talk about all the genocides going across the world. Speaking of some more genocides and news and relating to that, Palestine has, in some words, seen a certain level of increase when it comes to worldwide support. There have been millions of people gathered across the entire world in protest over the last few weeks, including in places like Ireland, in all over the United States, especially in Maine, who shut down and blocked a port, I think, from being able to move with its ships. And also, in so many smaller places I think people wouldn't have expected, smaller countries across the entire world. So there is a growing support for Palestine that can now be seen globally in trying to generally call for a ceasefire so that nobody else has to die. Additionally, it has been proven in a potential study, or at least thought of in a potential study, that 4.5 million jobs that are Black American run are... Really, Princess? That are run... that are typically attributed to Black Americans, or limited in a sense to Black Americans, are going to be disrupted or even taken over by AI in the next 10 to 12 years. Now, the study was initially done in 2019 by a center that focuses in general on Black prosperity as well as equity and economic stability. But since that study was done, and since there has been an increase even faster in AI and its capabilities, there are now new studies being done that are said to back that data and substantially maybe even show that it's going to happen faster than that. This is because Black Americans are typically limited when it comes to a lot of industries to customer-facing jobs. So rather being able to get in a protected job or a protected position, which typically would be something in a C-suite or in a legal aspect, most Black Americans in these industries are limited to jobs that would be customer service related or generally on the lower industry level that can be replaced. So that's something to keep a lookout for while we continue to talk about these issues. I'm Abby Girl, and hopefully you learned something from the last week. Come back for later. Bye!